Good afternoon. It's December 9th. Another odd time for me to be out, I know, but it's just the way it worked out today. I have nothing special planned. This is, as it says, just going to be a meander. I've been trying to decide which way I want to meander. I think I'll meander over... what should I do? I think I'll meander over to the Lakeview side. So I used to do a lot of zigzagging. So I'm going to zigzag, go and see where that takes me. It's about, I don't know, -3 or so not too bad. And you'll notice that I've got the external mic again, and hopefully it stays connected. There's been an update to the Prism Livestream app. Bug fixes, it says. I'm hoping one of those bugs that was fixed was the one that makes the sound external mic disconnect without warning. And when it happened the other day, also made the camera go fuzzy. I don't get that at all, but there you go. Why it should do that. It's been a nice day, sunny. Weather-wise, it's been a nice day. I had to take my laptop to a tech shop and don't know what's going to be involved in fixing it. It is, of course, no longer under warranty, nor did I buy the extended warranty. And so we will see what that means. If it's too high a cost, I'll simply buy a new one, which is a higher cost, but then you get a new one, as opposed to spending a lot of money to refurbish the old one. So here we are, zigzagging. We have to get to the footbridge, so one way or the other. Got to go this way. Supposed to be +3 on Saturday and Sunday, and then cool off. And there's more snow in the forecast, and going into Christmas week, which the forecast extends to now, it's going to be cold. So I don't think we have any risk of losing a significant amount of snow. We'll lose some on the weekend when it's +3, at least where the sun can hit it, but anywhere in the shade probably won't even notice that. I will zig down Robinson Street. Nice lighting this time of night. Not night, it's what? Not even 4 o'clock. The sun will be up for another hour. It should be setting about the time I wrap this up. But it's low enough now that it's essentially setting now. The big task today was sending emails to independent bookstores across the country, urging them to take a look at the Shapers of Worlds anthology and possibly stock it. I don't know if anything will come of that, but like I learned in my public relations class, 90% of marketing is wasted, but nobody knows which 90% it is. My goal is to just zigzag my way, perhaps as far as Pasqua. We'll see how the time goes. And then decide how to come back. Quiet down here right now. Nobody's watching me, so according to my little counter. So if you're watching this on the recording, you may be the first to actually see it. Now we zig along 19th. Right over there is where I fell down. It's that alley on the 11th. As their dog barked at me at just the wrong moment. I see the dog house, but I don't see the dog that barked at me. Looks like they're doing some roof work on that one. And the alleys are too slick. I'll stay on the road. Camera in here, of course, will take us to the looks like roofing, sharing his radio with everyone. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Camera in. To the footbridge. Footboy. No, that's to the Batcave. Batman. Batboy. Robin. This, of course, is the new one that's been under construction most of the times I've been walking. Still not quite done. There's definitely some landscaping things to happen, it looks like. That was the last thing I saw the building. There's a dog. There's always a dog. Big one. Big white dog on the dike. Hello. Kids coming back from school. Look to the east. Some sort of tracks down there. And to the west, it looks like rabbit tracks. I don't know what they all are. Frozen Wascana Creek. I'll go ahead and cross Regina Avenue here. And then zig again. All right, zig along Regina Avenue. Seems to be a bad time of the day to get people to walk with me because I think I briefly saw a couple of people on Facebook, but doesn't seem to be anybody there right now. Oh well. Walking is for me. Snow still looks fresh and white, except for on the road. Now we'll zig up Garnet. Oh, there's someone, Kirk in Vancouver. Hello. It's kind of an aimless meander today. I have no great destination in mind. Just walk out for 30 minutes or 25 minutes and then turn around and walk back along some different path while keeping my eye on the ice. Also, using the external mic again on the Hopes in the hope that the new update to the Prism Live app, which is supposed to fix bug fixes, or fix bugs, I mean, might fix the problem I've been having with it disconnecting. So it never used to do that. At least not when the batteries are charged, and both of them are well charged, so. There's Lakeview School over there. The old part of it's well over 100 years old now, I believe. Another zig. Don't want to walk by the school just when people are picking up their kids. Hard to explain. One of our weird little traffic control islands they have around here, which they recently rebuilt, which surprised me. I would have thought they'd take them out, but apparently they like them. It's the only part of town you see those things. There's a rink over there. I don't know if it's been flooded yet or not. It certainly could have been. Hard to see in the sun. I'd walk over to it, but I'm not sure where the access is. It's all snow along here. There's a playground too, of course. But again, it doesn't really look like they've cleared any sort of path to it. It's not off of this street. Whew. Shade is welcome. This is Lakeview United Church, where I've rehearsed many a time, various things. Yeah, I don't think, oh, maybe it is. Can I get over there and take a look? Maybe I can. It has been flooded. At least once. I don't think it's quite skating ready yet. Wouldn't want to skate in that, but they must be working on it. Like, you could skate out in the middle part, but approaching the boards would be fraught, to be sure. Oh! Around on the other side over here, they have berms and things for like BMX. I'm Madeline in Victoria. Unfortunately, they had an outdoor ice surface, didn't have boards. Had to have in school when Alice was little, which is right across the alley from us, but they got rid of it. I don't know, kids were using it too much or something. Which is a shame, because we went over there skating a couple of times when she was little. And then it went away. I might be able to cross right here if I time it right, if these cars time it right. So I can continue my zigzagging pattern properly. I haven't had any warning that my mic has quit. If you're watching this, let me know that the picture is sharp and not fuzzy. That's been a problem. You may not be able to tell if the mic's working. If there's a lot of wind noise, it probably isn't. A couple of new houses over there, nicely lit up by the setting sun. Late afternoon sun. Sunset is probably still 45 minutes away, maybe 50. Still zigzagging because I've only been out 20 minutes, so still heading away from home. So I walk through the neighborhoods here. That's good. I really am hoping that the update to the Prism app might improve my problem with the external mic disconnecting, but I don't know that for sure. When I walked without the mic yesterday, I really didn't like the amount of wind noise I was getting. Now, when I first started doing this, and that was the only mic I had, I actually put a little cotton ball over the microphone on the phone, but I don't actually know if that helped or not. Certainly didn't eliminate it. Cross over, continue the zig and the zag. Hello. Oop. Just a quick zig this time, because the way these roads work. This is Argyle, if you're following along at home. And we will zig again this way. Sun's getting lower and lower. It does that. Technically, the Earth is rotating. The sun's not really moving, but, well, it is, but not relative to the Earth. But you know what I mean. I do like a well-cleared bit of sidewalk. You really appreciate that when you do a lot of walking. So I'll stay on this side for the moment. Looks a little better cleared than the other, perhaps. A little Christmassy going on there. Christmasing. Is that a verb or a noun? Again, I will do some late night, not late night, just dark, which will actually be early night walks soon to show off Christmas lights. They seem to be mostly up in our neighbourhood, so that'll be the first thing I do. One of these days. Ooh, sun's found me. I'm going to switch to the shady side of the street. Shadier anyway, the sun is still there, but not quite so much in my eyes. You can see it peeking through the trees. Right, next thing we run into is the Lakeview Par 3 golf course. It's that open space up ahead with the trees. I could walk through it now, but of course it's covered in snow, which is not necessarily what I want to wade through today. So we'll stick to the sidewalk here for the moment. Coming up next is Hill Avenue. It's kind of pretty with the sun shining through the pine trees once you get past the various signposts and things. So I think what I'll do is not go, or will I go? I would walk down behind the school there, but that alley is closed, so how long have we been out? 24 minutes? Well, maybe I will start zigzagging back this way now, but I'll still go south as well as east, which will stretch me out more towards my usual hour walk. Needs to get the sun behind me now. Easier to see the screen if anybody says anything. Just because I did on the shady side of the street, I now have on the sunny side of the street running through my head. Everything's a song cue if you know enough songs. Bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street, which I'm on the other side, but it's because I'm going to turn south on the next corner. This rover crossed over. Woof! Would be more appropriate if I had a dog. Hey, if you check out the end of yesterday's, you get a rendition of White Christmas. I didn't even get a copyright hit for that. I don't really care if you sing. We're concerned about whether you've got a recording of somebody else singing, and the algorithm is concerned. There's not any actual people involved as far as I know. Checking for those kinds of issues. Back to Argyle again. Somewhat busier, so this will bring us down to the Hill shopping area. I'm not quite ready to go back north yet, so I will continue working my way south for another block or two. Hello. Over there is St. Luke's Anglican Church. And the building on this side of it is another building I've rehearsed in many times. There's a daycare in it now. Okay, well, this takes us past the Hill Avenue shopping strip. I was just by here last week. It hasn't been that long since I came this way. Playing fairly low up there. There are a lot of helicopters and things flying around. I think they're from CFB Moose Jaw, maybe. Training missions of some sort. They didn't sound like the usual SARS air ambulance chopper. They seemed bigger and heavier. I only saw them once. There may have been some big transport planes or something earlier too. Right, we'll cross at the stop sign, always the best place to stop, to cross, I mean. And we'll go south another block along Elphinstone here. Or Argyle, I guess it is now. Or is this Elphinstone? This is Elphinstone. Turns into Argyle. Oh, I thought there might be ice there, so I was somewhat prepared for that. Scenic sunset over the 7-Eleven. Okay then, whatever that means. right, well that's 30 minutes, so I will now turn around and head to the north. Just direct your feet. Oh, the church is for sale. Oh dear. It's a very interesting building. I guess the congregation has dwindled. That says follow Emmanuel. Is it not St. Luke's Anglican Church anymore? Something else has had it already for a while? I don't know. I know my fellow science fiction writer, John Scalzi, has bought a church, an old church. I think he's doing something like setting up a recording studio in it or something. But you know, he's a big best-selling author. He can afford that sort of thing. I won't be buying St. Luke's Anglican Church. And I'm sorry to see that it's for sale. Right, now we will zigzag our way north and see where that brings us out. There's a mosque over on this side. Zigzag over till I hit Cameron probably, and then just go straight north to the footbridge. Or go all the way to Albert and then cross the Albert Street Bridge. Two options. As the sun sinks lower and lower, only occasionally finding its way through right now. Right over there. For some reason, this particular stretch of road has a lot of apartment buildings on it. And these brick houses, which are a bit unusual in Regina. Not unusual, but there's not as many brick houses as there are other kinds of houses. All right, we'll start zigging back this way now. Shouldn't overlap anything I walked on already with the kind of loop I made. Watch the sun crawl down the trees. Watch the people coming out of their houses with dogs. Oh, actually, it's a snow shovel. I thought it was a dog. Yes, we all must take our snow shovels for a walk after it snows. It's the law. In 48 hours, you're supposed to clean your walks now. Hello, RB in Toronto. That's where my daughter is. At the U of T. Although, 10 days from now, she'll be home for 3 weeks for Christmas. Looking forward to that. So is the cat, I think. Well, one reason I'm looking forward to it is because the cat will sleep on her bed instead of on ours, where he's this big lump. Sometimes it's not a problem. And sometimes it's amazing how much of the bed a cat can take up, especially a 14-pound Siberian. Not humongous, not Maine Coon or Ragdoll size, but big all the same. And he likes feet. I don't know what it is with cats. Why they like to lie with their head on your feet. Why the feet? Every once in a while he'll stretch out between us, and then it's fine. Don't even notice him. But usually, he's on your feet. Oof. Missed a step there. Didn't realize the sidewalk went down until my foot went down unexpectedly. This is Hill Avenue again. Cross if we can, or go right if for the moment it's busy. Looks like we can do it. Now we're walking towards the lake. Not that we'll see it on this trip unless I do end up as far over as Albert Street. Tomorrow I'll walk around the lake. Probably first thing before the sun's up, or as the sun is starting to brighten the sky. If I'm early enough, get a look at the legislative building lights, which I think have been turned on now. Christmas lights. I know City Hall is lit up now. They had the lighting festivities earlier this week. And Christmas going on in that house. Another zig to the north. I'm getting quite warm. I think that's the same plane. Must be lessons or something. It's definitely not a military one, that one, I don't think. But there definitely were military aircraft around earlier today, presumably from CFB Moose Jaw. Where every fighter pilot in Canada trains. Or maybe every pilot, I don't know. Every once in a while a F-18 will go over. Or the snowbirds, or a snowbird in a Tudor jet anyway. Mail truck. Presumably, the employee who drives it lives here. Doesn't look like it's parked to deliver things, although it might be, I suppose. Except I don't see a postman anywhere. Although I wouldn't think those trucks should be parked at somebody's house, so maybe they are in the neighborhood delivering. I don't actually know how that works. Sun's definitely almost down. I didn't check what sunset would be today. Hello. I'm good. How are you? Answer that question because that was the postal delivery guy. So he was definitely delivering, and now he's heading back to his vehicle. What was I saying? Something about the sun. Oh, I didn't check to see what the time of sunset is today, so I don't know. It'd be this side of 5 o'clock, but I don't know how far this side of 5 o'clock. 4:45 maybe, or something like that. I could ask Siri, but I'm afraid that would mess up my live stream, so I won't. Well, here's Cameron. So, Could walk straight down Cameron to the footbridge, but if I keep zigzagging, I'll probably end up crossing the Albert Street Bridge, which is fine too, so maybe I'll keep zigzagging. Because we've still got a few blocks before we get back to Regina Avenue. Ooh, nicely cleared along here, I like that. There's a new house, I would say, made to look more in keeping with the older houses in the neighborhood. I actually kind of like that approach. Whereas there's a more modern one up here a little further. These ones are new and somewhat in keeping with the old style. I'd say that is an old one over there. But then you have a lot of these boxy, ultra-modern things. Some of which I don't mind, some of which I think are a little cookie cutter. It's not as big as it looks. It's actually 2 houses. Oof. When you're coming at it from the north, or the south there, it looked like it was 1 house. Oh, I guess we're closer to... We're really only 2 blocks from Regina Avenue. So I guess I will just walk straight down to the footbridge from here. Warmly wrapped for the winter, but missing its outer skin. There's McCallum. There's the school again that I walked down the other street over there when I left. Oh, someone's built a snow fort here. Or is working on one. This house was being worked on when I started walking. It's come a long way. Still some unfinished bits I see, but I think somebody's living in it already. The finishing hasn't been done. Kind of interesting with the overhang here leading into the garage. You can hear there's lots of kids, but I'm not pointing the camera at them. I guess when I get back, I'll walk along the dike to wrap up when I get on the other side of Regina Avenue. So again, there's the school. Sun is still lighting the tops of the trees, but it could be below the horizon. In the top of the building there. I think it's definitely setting right about now. I might get a glimpse of it somewhere up here, right about here. Yeah, it's not quite down. Completely above the horizon, but barely. Sounds like that same airplane coming over again. Must be somebody practicing approaches. I installed Windows on my Mac in the hope I might be able to play some computer games, but my Mac is so old, it chokes on them, even older games. So, it's still useful every now and then when there's something that is Windows only. It's useful to have that. And if I upgrade my desktop, which I probably should be thinking about, it's 6 years old, and it's starting to get really sluggish and struggling at times. But we'll wait and see what the state of my laptop is, because if it's an expensive repair, it's more important I have a new laptop than a new desktop, oddly enough. Okay, here's Regina Avenue and the footbridge again. Well, I suppose I could walk through Rotary Park on the other side to the Albert Street Bridge. How long have I been here? I might stretch it more than I really want to. Kind of ready to go home, so I haven't decided yet. I'll think about that. It doesn't add that much time. Take me just a little bit out of my way. A couple of blocks. Oh, let's go through Rotary Park and then go on the Albert Street Bridge. See our rush hour traffic, such as it is. Hope my sound's still good, nobody has said. Hope my picture's still sharp, nobody has said. It looks sharp, but on the little screen you can't always tell. Another dog walker on the dike over there. So we will get a glimpse of the lake. By the time I'm done. It's the houses that have the nice view of the creek here. Their back porch is screened in so you can enjoy it even in wasp and mosquito season. Which this is not. Though the wasps certainly hung on in our house, we had a nest in the walls, and a few of them were getting into the house, and they were still getting into the house in November, but they seem to be gone now. The cold snap probably finished off the last few that were hanging on. So there's a hole up there under the eaves that we're going to have to get fixed in the spring before something else gets in there. Or wasps come back. They don't, the same wasps won't nest in the same place, but I don't know how they define the same place. Might they just move over a few feet? And we even had a... Oh, thanks, Kirk. We even had an exterminator in, but he didn't exterminate them very well. You can see there's a bit of an outflow down there. That's why there's a permanent thin ice sign here. Although something made its way over, looking for water, probably. Rotary Park. It's been swept, so it's nice to walk on or through. Sun's not quite down. I can still see it on the top of the trees. Hasn't completely disappeared. The moon's up over there, about a quarter moon. Probably can't see it very well, but it's up there. This one says culvert, but doesn't have a thin ice warning. I don't know what the difference is. Of course, that little berm over there is flood control, because I have seen water in this part of the park. When the creek overflows, it goes this way, because the dike on the other side is much higher. And then they sandbag the openings in the berm over here. Hasn't been a few years. It has been a few years since I've seen that, but I have seen it. Years ago, before I moved into this neighborhood, and this dike wasn't there, there was a major flood on the other side. It wouldn't have made it as high up as our house, which is uphill, but certainly a block or two was flooded on that side. I think that was in the 70s. Probably the same year I was sandbagging in Weyburn, and we were flooding down there after a record snowfall year. Of course, that was back when an ice age was supposed to be coming, so there's some really snowy years in the 70s. Or at least I remember them that way. Memory is not reliable when it comes to weather. Oh, I've never felt it this warm on this date before. And then you look at the record, you say, well, 2 years ago it was this warm on this date. Or cold. I mean, obviously there are records broken all the time, but you can't rely on your memory. Gotta look at the data. Here's the bridge. I think water has quit running. Or maybe not. I might still hear water running. Down there. Possibly under the ice. I don't know. It doesn't really look like it. But there's a sound that sounds like it, so. All right, up onto the main bridge. I think the sun must be all the way down now. It might still be lighting the top of the legislative building. We'll see in a minute. Or the towers downtown. Albert Street. Oh yeah. No, it's not quite down. Depending on how you define it, I guess. Tops of the trees over there are still showing it. And the buildings downtown there. Maybe we'll get a glimpse of it from the bridge here. Canadian flag, Union Jack, and Saskatchewan flag is what they're flying right now. Now, even from here, we won't get a clear view of where it's setting, or has set. But I think it must be down, and it's just catching the taller things still, like the top of the ledge, just the tops of the trees, and the Center of the Arts over there, Connexus Arts Center. So as close as we get to rush hour traffic. They probably all think I'm a radar gun. Although, since they're backing up to here from the next intersection, nobody's speeding. They've got a nice view up from the lake on their top floor. See, they backed up to here from the next intersection at the other end of the bridge. That's a traffic jam by our standards. Somebody objected to them stopping for the pedestrians. It is a four-way stop when the red light is flashing, so you could go once it's safe. So there was some justification for being impatient, but not impatient to that level of honking. Light starting to come on here and there. As I always point out, this is where Wally Knight lives in my Shards of Excalibur series, right down there. Real location, fictional house. Harrington Mews. Several adventures happen down there, important parts of the story. Maybe not adventures, well, you know, I mean, not rock'em sock'em adventure, but character adventure. Well, I did stretch this out to an hour. I thought it would be short, but I did keep it going. That one's starting to light up. It has lots of lights and decorations on it. If I'm here before it really gets light tomorrow, they'll still be on. At least they were last week. Ah. Hi, Miriam. Yeah, winter is beautiful. You do get tired of it about 5 months in, or 3, or 2. After Christmas, really, I'm not ready for it to go back to spring, but January, February, okay. Once it gets to March, melting can happen. Across Leopold Crescent here, or maybe I'll go this way today, just to be different. Because I walk down the alley tomorrow when I come back, so gotta keep it fresh. It's an experience. Snow. When we moved up here from Texas, I was a bit disappointed that we didn't hit a line like a wall of snow at the border. It was August, but I was only 8, so just turned 8. So intellectually, I suppose I knew better, but it was still that was kind of the only selling point I could see to us moving was I'd be snow. And then it was August, and it was a while before we had any. One more block. low battery warning, but have not had any warning that my mic is turned off, so I'll check that out as soon as I can and see. Putting my glove back on if you're wondering what all that jerking was about. There's our old friend, the stop sign, where I usually stop, and will again today, so. Made it an hour. Tomorrow will be an hour around the lake. Don't know what I'll do on Saturday. It's supposed to be quite warm. I'm more likely to miss a day or two in the winter. Just don't worry about that if it happens. Okay, here's our stop sign. So thanks for walking with me. And I'll be back. Bye for now.